So we are live now. Um, Hello viewers. This is the African Dream, and I'm your host, Boubacar Jallo. In today's program, we have with us someone that has done something exceptional. Um, Today's episode of A Conversation with an African Change Maker, we are talking to someone that has helped scores of kids, dozens of kids, and adults to see that they get access to quality education and to see that their livelihood, their daily livelihood is met. So without wasting time, we want to introduce our guest for today, and she is Woodlin. But I would like her to first do a brief introduction. Um, Hello, welcome to the African Dream Live session.
Thanks, Abu. I really appreciate you introducing me. I also want to thank you for actually giving me and myself and my organization the ability to be here on your live show today. My name is Radlin, as everybody knows me. If you're seeing Ikea on here today, I wanted to basically embrace my culture. So Ikea is if you're born on Wednesday, that's the name that you basically kind of bears. But my name is Radlin Hamelo. I am originally from Ghana. I've been here in the States for a couple of years now. Currently here in the States, like I already said, I am the founder and the CEO of the Africa in Me. And I believe today that's what we're here to talk about, right?
Yeah, sure. So earlier I noticed our followers that we will be having you here. So the topic for our discussion today is how to fight poverty in Africa. Millions of kids, millions of people around the globe are into extreme poverty. So the African Dream is focusing on our continent, Africa. As we all know, millions of kids go to bed without having their basic food. Millions of kids go to bed without having clothes on them. Millions of kids are roaming the streets in Africa without going to school. So we are having dozens of international organizations, dozens of um, 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 NGOs coming in to help to see that the situation is being um, calmed down. But yet still, we are having these kids in the streets, roaming without going to school, without having shelter, without having food. So your organization, the African in Me, has been doing something exceptional, extraordinarily exceptional. So we want to know what is the Africa in Me and what do you guys do?
Thank you. Thanks for elaborating that question. But so basically, in a nutshell, the Africa in Me, we are a nonprofit organization registered here in the United States. We are a 501(c)(3) tax exempt. So what we basically do, or let me say our mission is, in a nutshell, to feed the hungry, to help the less fortunate, by basically feeding the hungry, also providing them with jobs, because we have, a lot of these families that we're helping do not have jobs. So we don't just believe in just feeding the hungry, but we want to make sure that they're sustainable, they can sustain themselves and their family as well, because just feeding the families is really not going to go, it's not going to go that far. So we want to make sure that they're set for long term as well. But that's what we do. We also this year added helping students, or I would say children and kids, young adults, to be able to further their education as well. So families who are not able to take their children to school, or not able to even provide school supplies for their kids, we're there to also help as well. And this year is actually our first year of doing that. So we're really excited about that.
Okay, thank you very much. One of the keywords that I take notice of is that sustainability. When doing this kind of work, sustainability is the key.
Yeah.
because we are seeing dozens of humanitarian aid coming to Africa, but how sustainable are they? Because you can't feed someone just for a day. You should do something that he or she can take care of himself for more than a decade. So
True.
you talk about sustainability. How sustainable the Africa in me is? Like, what are you guys doing to ensure that sustainability um, is what you're doing?
So when I talk about, giving them stuff to sustain themselves, and I can start from the beginning how I started the African, if you want me to go there. Um, did you? Okay. So basically, what inspired me, to start this nonprofit organization, and even to begin with that, I also consider myself as a natural giver. It fulfills me. It's very fulfilling to see people happy. If people are happy and getting what they want, I feel like I've accomplished something. It's so I have the passion to basically help people. Now, with that aside, what inspired me to actually start this nonprofit organization, which we are a year now. We turned a year just this June. I would say is last year when COVID hit. That's what, in a natural sense, inspired me to start this, and just looking at families, especially in Africa. With the lockdown, that families are not able to go out to sell, their goods, or do what they're able to do to help themselves and their family, was very daunting to me. And that's when, I decided to step in to start this nonprofit organization, um, to help these families, and also, their kids and everybody around them. So, to your question, one of the things that we're able to do to help sustain these families is providing them with jobs. So we have volunteers also in Africa, and when we go out there to talk to these families, we ask them what they're interested in doing. Okay. So they basically let us know what they're interested in. We don't just kind of like throw things at them. We want to know what they're interested in doing, what makes them happy. We don't want to give them something that, they would do for a little bit and just leave it. So one of the families, I'll give an example. One of the families that we've helped in the past wanted to do shea butter. Okay. So, if you want to do something like that, and one of the things that we also believe in is not to give just money to our beneficiaries, because you don't know what they're going to be using the money for. So we go out of our way to purchase what you're looking for. So we buy her the nuts in order for her to do what she want to do. We will buy it in a huge sack, so it will basically sustain you. So that was like a new business that she wanted to start, and after that, we go back to see how things are going. Hey, how is your business going? Is it going smoothly as you wanted it to be? So, talking about sustainability, this is some of the things that we do: providing them with jobs, making sure that we go back to see, that they're good, that the job is still booming like it's supposed to go.
Okay, thank you very much. So, you mentioned that you one of the people that you've helped, you helped the individual with she wanted to do a business and share butter. So but we have some people like they will say, "Hey, I want to do something like this. Would you please help me?" And then when you do, the business will just go down in a week or so. So how do you monitor these people that are benefiting from what you're doing? Do you monitor them like weekly, or you call them and ask them how business is going? Because for the business to become sustainable, you have to also monitor the people that you're helping. So do you do that?
Sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a streamline of how, our nonprofit works. We are based in a lot of countries. We have volunteers all over. We are blessed to have volunteers all over, actually. But our liaisons are actually based in 4 countries. So we have liaisons in Uganda, Rwanda, Nigeria, and Ghana, which is where I'm originally from, my motherland. But so are the liaisons who basically visit these beneficiaries. Okay, they visit these, but initially, so this is how it starts. They visit these beneficiaries. We get these beneficiaries from the government, social welfare. That's how we source our people. We get the list from social welfare. We go through the names and then we visit them. We have specific questions that we ask them in order to see where they're standing, what they need, what they're going through. So our liaisons visit them, ask them all these questions, and then they bring all the answers to us here in the States, and then we go through the answers to see what's going on, what transpired between our liaisons and the beneficiary, and see how best we can help them. So that's when we come in. We if they're looking for, most of them are also looking for food, we donate food to them. If they're looking for jobs, we provide jobs to them. And that is not just that, we do a follow-up visit after a month to see
Right.
how things are going. Hey, we donated some food to you. We gave you a job. We want to see if things are okay. Are things better? What more can we do? And this is why I'm talking about sustainability, because providing food for just these families is not going to do anything, because it's just food you're giving to them. They're going to run out of the food. What next can you do? So we can't keep providing food over and over, so we want to
Sure.
make sure that we're actually giving them the jobs that they can do to be able to provide for themselves. And this is when we do that, we follow up in a month to see how. When we follow up in a month, we actually go to your workstation to see how it's going there. you know One of the ladies that we actually worked with, we she wanted to sell porridge. So we provided her with the ingredients and all the stuff that she needed. And then one of the liaisons, I think after a month, visited a lady at her station to see how the selling and everything is going. And she was excited to see us actually checking up on her so it makes them happy too, that we think about them. So to your question, in order to make sure that they are still fine, that they don't need anything else, or even if they do, we visit them again, to make sure that they're set. And if there's something else that they need, the liaisons will come back to let us know here in the States that, hey, we visited this family and they're fine, they're happy, or, they need this, they still need this. What can we do to help them? After that, this is when we come back to our donors. Um, we come back to our donors to, plead with our donors to help us help these families back home.
Okay, thank you very much. Today I will go by your name that you just input, Aqua. Thank you very much for what you guys are doing. This is extraordinary because we can't do it alone. We can't just leave the government to do it alone. We also have a great role to play to say that we liberate Africa in all sectors. So
Right.
so far so good. The Africa in May. How many people have benefited from what you guys are doing, and how many communities have you guys reached out to?
That's a great question. So as I was saying, with the community part, we basically work with 4 countries, which I already talked about: Ghana, Uganda, Nigeria, and Rwanda. Um, we've been blessed to bless other people as well. So right now we have helped over 440 individuals, and still helping.
Wow. Wow.
So it's and we are I think this past June was our 1 year anniversary. Um, so it's just a blessing to be able to be doing this. We hope to do more, depending on funding, I would say. The more funding we have, the more we can reach out to people and help people. Not just that, our volunteers are very good. We're blessed to have very dedicated volunteers who are not just helping with their skills, but they are also helping with their money. So if we're short somewhere, volunteers step in financially. They step in financially. Families and friends step in financially to help, and that's what's sustaining our organization. Right now, we have over 35 volunteers who
Wow.
are helping with our organization. Majority of our volunteers are here in the States. We also have some volunteers in other countries who are also helping. So we have volunteers, in the countries that I already gave. We have volunteers in Germany. We have volunteers in Kenya. We have volunteers in Russia, and some countries that I can't really remember. So we're practically spread out, and that's basically what makes us I would say unique. We're very diverse um, nonprofit.
Okay, so something just came up. The name the Africa in Me. Why did you decide to give it the name the Africa in Me?
That's a great question. So me being an African, coming from Ghana and also being here in the States at a very young age. Um, the reason why I picked the Africa in me, is because I want everybody to know that I still have the African heritage. The Africa is still in me, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, the Africa is still in me. It hasn't gone anywhere. And that's basically what made me go back to my roots, to help people out there. So basically that's where the name is coming from. Africa in me. That's the Africa in me is what's making me, is what's driving me to do what I'm doing right now.
Okay, great, great. I see. Akwaba, Akwaba. So also like someone asked me like the Africa in Me, are they just primarily focused on doing their work in Africa or all over the world because of the name the Africa in Me? So the person
And
think that like maybe you guys are just focusing on Africa.
that's a great question. So, as I already explained, the reason or the connotation behind the name "The Africa in Me," it's so we're not trying to just focus in Africa, but that's where we started because that's where I'm from. It's easy to actually, that's where I'm from, and it's easy to start something from um, a familiar environment, I would say. So we started from there, but the more resource we get, the more funding we get, we're hoping to spread out, not just in Africa, but everywhere, um, even here in the States. Right now, I believe our funding is just limited to some few things and some few countries, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. But we're hoping to spread out pretty soon, and we'll get there with your help.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. So yeah, in just a year, the African mayors have over 400 people, over 400 people have benefited from the African Me, just a year. So just imagine how much funding you guys are receiving, how limited the resources are, but you will help over 400 people. So if you are watching right now and you will want to ask yourself, why should I help these people? Just think of how they have helped 400 individuals in just a year. So, how can I, for example, I want to reach you out to you guys to help, to fund. How can I reach out to you guys to donate? Or is your donation only limited also to money, or you guys receive items like books, pens, pencils, clothes, like everything else.
So if you go to our website, in terms of donation, our website, which basically goes with our name, The Africa in Me. So if you go to www.theafricainme.org, we have our donation button over there. You can click on that and do your thing. Um, when it comes to donation, or when it comes to our organization, it's not only about money. Okay. Given can be in skills. So, our volunteers are given with their skills. We have different departments, which sometimes make it seem like it's a job, but we have web designing department, web developers. We have our HR department. We have our administrative department. We have our graphic designing department, and we have our finance department. So all these people are coming on board with their skills to help as well. Not just that, we also take goods, okay, non-perishable items, and even clothing as well, that we can donate to families. So our mission is to feed the hungry. We're more than happy to get any non-perishable foods. It would be really ideal if we can get those back there in Africa, wherever the countries that I said, so we can just go straight to donate to these families
So
that
what's
were.
the website address again?
I'm sorry, it is www.theafricainme.org.
.org. Okay.
Yes. theafricainme.org. People can donate, like I said, on perishable foods. We can donate, we can send them to families in the countries that we're currently servicing. When we get clothing here, we'll send it back to the countries that we're servicing as well. On our website, we do have different stories that people can go on there to actually get yourself familiarized with some of the families that we're helping. If there's any specific family that you're looking to sponsor, you're more than welcome to pick a family and sponsor those families, and we can give you updates on that specific family as well.
Okay, thank you very much. If you're just joining us, you can visit the website www.theafricainme.org to donate. This is not a one-man battle. This is our battle. The battle to end poverty, the battle to end hunger, the battle to end homelessness, and we can do it if we come together as human beings. So everything that we're doing, we have challenges. Even the most richest individual, he has a lot of challenges that he is facing. So the Africa in me, what are some of the challenges that you guys are facing, and how do you guys overcome those
So
challenges?
right now, Abu, I will say that the greatest challenge that we're actually facing now, or that we've been facing since we started, is just fundraising. We are 100% virtual, and with the COVID going on, it's really difficult to actually raise funds. We can go to places because of the COVID. Now, it seems like things are kind of dwindling down a little bit, which is good. But just raising funds has been a hurdle right now, not just us, but I believe it's for a lot of nonprofits going on as well. But I would say that's one of the greatest challenges that we are having. Just doing virtual fundraising can be a little bit daunting.
All right. I see. So also, like the Africa in May, we have for other organizations that are doing what you guys are doing, we are seeing collaborations. Are you guys open in collaborating with other organizations, non-profit organizations, to work
Oh
with them?
yeah, absolutely. We've actually partnered with other nonprofits, and we're really open to partnering or collaborating with any nonprofits as well. If there's any nonprofits out there that want to collaborate or want us to do tasks together, or basically share ideas and stuff like that, we're open to that. Just send us a message on our contact information form on our website, and we'll definitely reach out to you.
All right. So if you are just joining us, you're welcome. This is the African Dream, your number one source for African news, stories, politics, African history, and also your number one source for what you've been looking for. Today we have with us Woodlin, aka Aqua, with us. She is the founder and CEO of the Africa in Me, a non-profit organization that has helped over 400 people in Africa. to see that they secure jobs, to see that they go with their day-to-day livelihood. The Africa in Me has been doing something that is wonderful, exceptional, and extraordinary. So if you are just joining us, you can visit their website, The Africa in Me, www.theafricainme.org, to donate and to contribute to nation building and humanity. So let's proceed. The Africa in Me. Yes, we have challenges, we have things that have been going around the COVID-19 and stuff, and also people, finances. It has not been easy. So far so good. During this pandemic, how have you guys coped with the COVID-19, and how is the African Me doing in terms of donating? Are you guys still doing your donation during this pandemic, or you guys have just put something on hold first?
So when it comes to the African Me, we're open, or our services are throughout the whole year. So we don't have kind of like a specific time or date for fundraising. We're getting donations every day, every hour, every minute. So that's what we are always pleading with our donors to kind of help us. We do have a lot of activities that we do in terms of raising funds. So we've done a lot in the past. One of the activities that kind of always hit is our step challenge. We do step challenge. I think the last one we did was in the spring. So the step challenge that we do, we kind of put a link out there on our website. Donors or people who are interested in the step challenge will basically go on there and register. It's normally just $10. You will register, and then you're going to join our step challenge. It's keeping yourself healthy and also looking out for each other. So we have our step challenge that's coming up again in September the 1st. It runs through September 1st to September 15th. So anybody who is interested, please go on our website. We're going to be putting the link on there soon so you can join us with the step challenge. So that's basically what we do. We have social media pages as well that we post things on there, for visibility. So people, viewers can see us, and also help us in that sense. So we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, and then we're also on Instagram. So these are the 3 platforms, and I urge people to, go ahead and follow us, like us. So any updates or any activities that we have coming up, people can also see it and partake in those activities.
All right, thank you very much. If you are just coming in, just drop a comment right down, and we'll pop in your comment to see that Woodlin answer all your questions. So we have a recent Afro barometer shows that in Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, over 13 million children are out of school. Over 14 million children are out of school. That's the highest in the world. This is a problem that we are facing in the continent, because we know education is very paramount in building the nation. So as a non-profit organization that is ensuring that kids that are out of school go to school, how can the Africa in Me ensure that they play a greater role in ensuring that we have these kids that are out of school go to school?
So thanks for actually hitting on this point, because right now we're in the middle of raising funds to helping kids. So we call it back excuse me, back to school drive. So right now we're doing a back to school drive fundraising. I think our fundraising ends ending of this month. We're still taking donations anyways after our fundraising ends. But we're going out there to help families who cannot support their children to go to school. So anybody out there who is willing to help, please let us know. Go on our website. If you go on our website, we have these donation tabs specifically for these families, specifically for the back to school drive. So you can click on which one you're able to donate. If you go on right now, you're gonna see all these stuff and just click on either one of them and then show some love to all these families because education is the key. We need to help families as well out there who are struggling. So we're still raising funds. Hopefully, we will be able to get these supplies out there in September to help these families with fees and then school supplies, pencil, pens, books, book bags, uniforms, and all these stuff. So if there are families out there who even have all these stuff and you want to donate to us, definitely let us know.
Okay, as you've heard from the founder and the CEO, education is paramount. We cannot liberate Africa having millions of kids out of school. That can't happen. We need to focus on education and to say that we liberate Africa because education is paramount in anything that we're doing. So we have few comments here. We have one from Yvonne Ofori. Um, she said, God Almighty continue to bless the Africa in me. The mission is outstanding. And we have Soles Mensa. I think this is from Ghana Mensa. Um, this one says, Africa in Me is one of the best NGO I have witnessed, and God bless all the donors. And we have Omar Sabiu. It says, thank you, the Africa in Me. We have Florence Otto is watching and she likes it. Thank you very much for joining us. This is the African Game, a conversation with an African change maker. Yeah, the African media and African change makers. They are doing something that we all should do. The government can do it, but they cannot do it alone because we are part of it. We are part of their system, and the system is part of us. So for us to ensure that we have a very development Africa, an Africa that is developmentally oriented, we need to come as one, join hands, and see how we can fight the pressing issues: poverty, unemployment, school dropouts, and a lot, a lot. There's a lot going on, but we can do it if we come as one. So let's proceed to the ending of the live interview. So the African Enemy has done something great. Over 400 kids, over 400 people, have benefited from the Africa in Me. So the volunteers of the Africa in Me, the volunteers, yeah, we know volunteers, but sometimes also one of the key things that ensure that employees enjoy their work, what they're doing is either they receive wages and salaries or they receive stipend. We call it here in Creole small couple. So, what are you guys doing to ensure that your volunteers, step up their game, and love what they are doing?
That's a good question, Abu. So, one of the things that I would say makes our organization very unique also is the passion that our volunteers have. Okay, they come in to volunteer not to gain anything back, but to actually give. Okay, to give their skills and sometimes even monetary. So I want to put it out there that our volunteers are not here for money. They're not here to
Right?
be paid back. They're here to actually give their service to
To
mankind.
humanity.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, and we haven't been paying our volunteers, but like I said, we have over 34, 35 volunteers right now that we're working with. So we have a lot of volunteers that we're not paying at all, but they're still helping. What we do to, I would say, acknowledge our volunteers is, some little activities that we have within our organization, just acknowledging, doing like a volunteer of the month, kind of stuff like that. Every month internally, we kind of acknowledge volunteers. Somebody will pick somebody and then we'll all acknowledge the person in our newsletter. Talking about our newsletter, we have newsletters that goes out every month. If you want to receive some of our newsletters, please go on our website and subscribe, and we're gonna add you to the distribution list so you can receive our newsletters. In our newsletters, we have in there what we've done in the previous months, and you can see our volunteer of the month also in the newsletter. We acknowledge them in there. You get to see a lot of the activities that we're actually doing in our organization. So please go on our website, subscribe so you can receive our newsletters monthly. But to your question, we are blessed to have all these volunteers who are really passionate about what they're doing.
Okay, thank you very much. Something very important, people that are watching us live from all over the world. If you want to donate, you can visit the website www.theafricainme.org, and also you can subscribe to their newsletter and receive valuable content or information that you would love to receive or to read every week or every day. So, the Africa in Me, what makes the Africa in Me unique from other organizations? Because we have other organizations that needs people. Like for example, we have a saying that say the government needs poverty to function, which I think it means like we have organization that needs poor people to function. You understand? We have organization that needs to see more people on the streets so that they can benefit from that, just like what we have from those international. Let me just keep my mouth shut so that Facebook would. So, what makes the Africa in Me unique from those organizations?
Well, I would say that we are the same as other nonprofit organization, but what really makes us unique is just looking at how far we've come. As small as we are, being only a year old, and being able to take care of all these families in the countries that I mentioned makes us unique, because not every nonprofit is able to do that. Some nonprofits can focus only in maybe one country or only just in the states, but we're trying to reach out more. Um, you know, Not just to, I would say, my country that I'm from, but we're trying to, we want to make it, and we're very diverse. We want to make it very diverse to be able to, capture everybody who is in need. Of course, we can't get everybody, but the most we can do. Okay. So another thing that makes us unique is the diversity within us. We're very diverse, and we all embrace our culture as well. The passion of the volunteers. I'll mention that again is a very key thing in our organization. Makes us very unique. We've been able to manage our presence in all these countries and still going. So I'm really blessed to say that these factors makes us very unique.
Okay. Do you have any plans to expand the operations of the Africa in Me in all over Africa?
We do, but it falls on how much funding we can get. Everything
That's it.
falls on the funding, but we're looking to expand. We're looking to expand and do more. Okay, do more, not just feeding the hungry and even providing jobs. So we want to be able to do more than what we're doing. But so we're hoping to get more grants, more donors who can give genuinely to actually support our people back home, and everywhere here in the States as well.
I see. I see. We hope that happens in the shortest possible time, and
Now,
we hope
with that
people.
said, Abu, with that said, I
Yeah.
will also encourage and urge anybody who is looking to even volunteer your skills,
Okay.
or if you're looking to volunteer your skills, go on our website. We do have links to positions that we have available, and then you can go ahead and apply to those positions as well.
Great, great. So as you've heard from the CEO and founder, just visit the website www.theafricainmay.org to volunteer. It costs nothing. All
Yeah.
it costs you is that you should give back. You are giving back to humanity, and when giving back to humanity, you are fulfilling
Yeah.
something extraordinary.
Yeah.
So, in the next 5 years, where do you see the Africa in me in the next 5 years?
So in the next 5 years, we see ourselves expanded. We see our numbers gone way up than what we're doing now. We see the countries that we're servicing to be not just four, but a lot, and not just focus in just Africa, but in a lot of continents. Um, so we have a lot of plans out there. Um, so we're still working on it, but in the next 5 years, we have great plans that we hope to achieve as time goes on.
Okay, thank you very much, Wadlin, and we're happy to have you here on the African Dream Facebook page. If you are just joining in, this is the African Dream Facebook page. You can follow us live on Facebook, the African Dream, and also you can like our Facebook page. Go to Twitter and follow us there, the African Dream, and also on Instagram. We're on Instagram and LinkedIn. We're everywhere. The African Dream is everywhere. So, the last question for you. What message do you have for Africans out there? What message do you have for us?
Thank you. So, before I go on the message that I have for even, Africans or anybody watching the space,
Yeah.
I would like to talk about maybe, um, ways of eradicating poverty. I think that in order to eradicate poverty, we all need to come in as one to help out. The
Yes.
government, you know, can work alongside with nonprofit organizations to help out. Citizens, of countries can help out. Um, Even people just like me who have traveled to other countries can form nonprofit organizations just like I'm doing to be able to help out, as little as you can. I think it will help. So no matter how small it is, I think just being able to help, or giving your time or your skills is is also a great way to help. Now, my last message to my donors, like I said, and everybody watching this space, is that no one is useless in this world who lightens the burden of another. And there's no exercise better for the heart than reaching out and reaching down and lifting people up, basically. Also know that when we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. Um, but also remember, I would like everybody to remember that you have not lived today until you have done something for someone who can never repay you back. Um,
Yeah.
I would like to end this show with a verse in the Bible, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 9, that says that the generous will themselves be blessed, for they share their food with the poor. So always know that the good that you're doing out there, it will never be in vain. Okay, your blessing is somewhere. If you haven't received your blessing yet, it's coming. It's coming.
It's
So
coming.
keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
This is not England's. It's coming home. This is your blessing. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah. So be rest assured that your blessing, they are coming. Thank you very much for joining us. We are happy to have you. This is something that we are looking forward to. Just like what you said, we need to collaborate. We need to come as one. We need to be united to ensure that we fight poverty in Africa because just in the Creole version of what Jesus told um, his people, he said, if you have one, give to the next that does not have one. You understand? You don't need much to help people. You don't need to be Bill Gates to help people. You don't need to be
Sure.
Elon Musk to help people. You just have to be Miss Woodlin to help people. You just have to be me to help people. You just have to be everyone else to help people. It takes a human to help a human,
Yeah.
not an animal to help a human. So we can help. We can ensure that poverty ends in Africa, poverty ends all over the world
Yeah.
in the shortest possible time because the race to end poverty has not been started yet because we have not been seeing much, been done. But currently we are seeing a lot of organizations like the Africa in Me that are doing something great, and we are thankful for the Africa in Me. We want to encourage our followers, our over 60,000 followers on Facebook and hundreds of followers on Instagram, Twitter, and also our website visitors to please, 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 please visit the Africa in Me website, www.theafricainme.org, and donate. One CD, one kobo, one naira, one leon, whatever that you can do it. You are doing it for mankind. You are doing it to save a life. And your one naira will save a life. One kobo will save a life. So please, you don't have to be rich to help. You just have to be human. Thank you very much, the Africa and Me. Thank you very much, everyone, for staying with us. And we are looking forward to have Woodley in our subsequent programs. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Abu.
Yeah, you're welcome. Akuaba, Akuaba. Thank you.